I already know what book I want to give her. She's saying that we're in the area where like there's like 5 different books that she wants to give me from here. So we are gonna separate now, and you guys are gonna see what book I'm gonna be giving her probably in the next clips. So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
You need to leave.
I know. So nervous right now. I'm scared she's gonna see. I'm scared of everything. But I have my picks. So I have 2 books that I'm thinking of, but I know the one that I'm gonna give it. But I still wanted to present my options to you guys. Option number 1, The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. The way that I love this book is actually insane. I don't know what it was, but summer's about to come. So I feel like this is the perfect book to like read around this time of the year. She did something with this book, okay? If you want to know more about it, you'll have to look it up because I'm anxious and I'm in the middle of like a public space and I'm like freaking out. But that's option number 1. And then option number 2, the one that I'm actually gonna go with. I have to, but they only had one. I was so anxious. But listen, it's a love-hate relationship with this book. I'm not expecting her to love it. I just need her to read it. Listen, sometimes, I mean, Rebecca, I hope you have a fun time. Sometimes you're gonna suffer. I mean, not sometimes, you're gonna suffer. This is like kind of worse than Magnolia and BJ at this point, but it's what it is. Guys, we're panicking about recording in public.
You know what gives me perspective? That I've seen so many videos of like big YouTubers and they still don't like it.
True. Imagine me. I'm like quaking. I'm not even saying it. I'm full on quaking. There's people in the car right next to us. There were 3 girls in the car in front of us. Honestly, I don't care about these 2. They're like reading, I think.
That's
Let me
smart.
take this off. I got anxious because the car was beeping at me.
Okay guys, I'm gonna give Ari her book. I'm gonna tell you the books I was like in between, and then
Okay.
I'll give you the one I chose.
I'm also gonna do that for you.
So I was in between Beartown, because it's so good, but I just recently read it and I liked it, but it's not like part of my personality.
Okay.
The other one was The Kite Runner.
Never heard.
It's so gut-wrenching.
Oh gosh.
So gut-wrenching. Like the girl at the cashier, I told her what we were doing.
You did?
Yeah. And I told her I was in between, like I asked her if she had read the one I actually chose, and she said no, but I read The Kite Runner and that was devastating and people say they're like similar, and I was like, that's crazy because they're like both of my 6-star reads.
Girl.
And then the other one I was in between was Night Road by Kristen, and that one's not like historical fiction like her other books. It's like literary fiction, but that one got me into reading.
That's an author that I do want to try out. So.
Oh, you haven't read anything by her?
No.
Okay, that was my first book by her. That got me into reading. Like, you know how like when you're super little, you might read like Junie B. Jones and like stuff like that. But that was my first like grown-up type of book that I probably shouldn't have been reading at that age. I was like 12.
Oh, because I was gonna say my grown-up book was the Shatter Me series, but I was 17.
I mean,
I'm gonna close my eyes. Nervous.
okay, you can open your eyes now.
I've heard of that book. I haven't read it.
I read this book twice.
Oh my gosh.
It ruined me both times.
People say it's amazing.
It's so good. Like, I need someone to be in on it.
Am I gonna hurt?
Yeah.
Is it gonna, okay.
Yeah.
I know it's in the perspective of death.
That's the narrator. Like,
Yeah.
that narrates.
When I heard that, I was like, it might eat, but it also might kill me. I'm very interested in this. Might be my next read. If it is, I'm gonna start it today.
I'm
so.
scared. Okay.
So I'll let you know. But no, I love the fact that this year I've only been reading romance books. I feel like this is gonna hit me like an
That one's gonna
bucket of iced water.
Yeah. Have you? Because it has a movie, so you can like watch the movie after.
I haven't seen it. I will. I'm so excited. We'll talk to you guys later, and we'll see how this goes. Okay Okay guys, I cannot even see myself right now. I hope the wind isn't too loud. As you guys saw, Rebecca and I were together yesterday when she gifted me this book for me to read. I decided to start it straight away yesterday because I just got so excited. We kept talking about this book and how much it meant to her, and I was just like, I might have to start it tonight. I haven't told her that I did start it, and I haven't told her that I've been reading today as well. Definitely have not told her that I'm 90 pages in. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an idea of what this book's about because I feel like I'm not going to be doing that with her. With her, it's just going to be more like hanging out and talking about like my expectations, what I'm thinking, all of that. But for right now, let me tell you guys what this is about. Book Thief is a story based in 1939 in Germany, and this is, if you don't know, the era or like the time of Nazi Germany. So, you know, a lot of death going around, a lot of sadness, and just honestly horrible setting for a book, but somehow it's making me appreciate where I am now. Yeah. And so this book is sort of set in that time, and the narrator for this book is actually Death. And is Death a girl? I think so. And so the way that the main character, her name's Liesel? Okay. So that's her main character's name. It's this little girl. I think she starts off being 9 years old, and she's traveling with her mom and her little brother to go to Munich, where she's gonna be fostered or like sort of adopted by a different family because her mom cannot take care of either of both her and her brother. While they're still on the train on the way to Munich, her brother passes away, and that's when Death comes in because, you know, Death is the one that's taking the little boy's life away from him. She appears there on the train, and the book starts off with Death mentioning at the beginning how sometimes she just can't step away from seeing the look and the reaction of like these people that are dying, and like their family's reaction. Usually people are around them. In this book, Death sees Liesel's reaction to her brother dying, and since then she kind of becomes, I wouldn't say obsessed, but she like goes after them, Liesel and her mom. So then she goes to the funeral of this little boy, and she sees that Liesel is there. And there's like, as she's leaving, she doesn't want to leave, but her mom's pushing Liesel away, and she sees this like something on the floor, and it's like very much snowed in, and she just like starts going at it, grabs this something, and it's actually a book. And that's where the title comes from, The Book Thief. And she goes to her adoptive parents' house, and that's sort of where you're at in the like 30-page count, maybe less. She's sort of getting used to a completely different lifestyle. She starts going to school, she meets new people, and that's sort of where we're at. Again, it's a very dark era, but there's these little wins that Liesel has been conquering, let's say, and it all has to do with the book that she stole. And yeah, she's sort of growing. I think where I'm at now on page 90, she's like 10 years old. I don't think I'm going to talk too much, like much more about the story of the book itself. This is interesting. I think this is like what historical fiction. I was just talking to my mom and telling her that, I I don't think I've ever read historical fiction. So yeah, this is very much interesting, and I'm excited to keep reading it. And you guys will be seeing a lot more of Rebecca and I in this video because I will be hanging out with her in like pretty shortly. I'm excited. I am here with Rebecca because I have two questions for her. Question number one, what do you think I'm gonna rate this book? My mom's calling. Let me text her really quick. Hold on.
Not the timing.
Not the timing. First question, and we actually talked about this, how much do you think I'm gonna rate it?
I think you're gonna rate it 5 stars. Okay.
I'm a pretty easy rater, by the way. If you guys haven't noticed, there's a trend where all my books are like higher than 3 stars, so that's it might be a 5 stars.
I think it will be because it's a very well-liked book. Like, I'm sure it's not like Never with You that you're like, oh, you might hate it, you might love it, but there's a risk. No, I think The Book Thief is like, I feel like the book community.
Oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. Oh my gosh, this is so. Guys, I'm sorry. A whole family
just walked by and we're like talking to the camera.
There's a big. My biggest nightmare. You know what? I'm proud of myself. We survived that. I'm sorry I interrupted you. I got anxiety.
No, yeah. No, I get it. But no, as I was saying, I think it's a very well-liked book inside of the book community, and I feel like the writing is just like objectively good, and the story will wreck you. And if you're one, because from what I see, you're one to like, if it makes you feel something,
yes,
you rate it 5 stars.
Yes, if it makes me cry, if it makes me feel anger, happy, like really strong happiness, I will, it's automatically like above like a 4 stars for me majority of the time. Okay, question number 2 is, do you think I already started it?
You said you were gonna start it yesterday. I think you might have started it today.
Okay, and where do you think I'm at?
Oh my god,
Page-wise.
because you're a fast
I haven't
reader.
finished, by the way. Like, nowhere near finishing, by the way.
Oh, so you did start it. See, she told on herself.
Of course, I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I had to.
Okay, I think you might be like, what, like 20% in?
I don't know where I'm at. Because I already have some thoughts. That's why I wanted to, like... I am here.
Okay, part 3.
Yeah, I want to say I'm 122 pages in.
She's not reading the books yet, right?
What?
She's not reading the books
She already
yet.
read the first one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
But she hasn't started the second one. I'm like, I'm thinking about it, you know? And I told her that I thought I was gonna like read this while I read something else, because I thought it was gonna feel more like a slower read, you know? Like I'm not gonna feel super attached to the book and like I'm gonna wanna read it, but the opposite is happening. So I started this last night and I read maybe like 50 pages, because I don't know if you know, but I have a rule where I have to read the first 50 pages of the book when I start it.
Wait, I didn't know that.
I created that rule and I actually live by it, because there's this one girl in my family and I told her, like, she's like, I want to get into reading but I can't. You're gonna start this book tonight. You're gonna read the first at least 50 pages. Now she reads like 30 books a year.
Okay, so the reason that you do that is...
You just get into the story, because
Okay.
reading 15 pages is like the same as saying hi and bye, you know?
Yeah.
So 50 pages in is like a good amount where you already know the character and you're getting attached. But yeah, read the first 50 pages and then today I woke up and I was like, I need to read.
That's... When she said that to me yesterday, like, oh, I might read this book in between. And I immediately thought, like, you're not gonna need that.
Mm-hmm.
But also the reason that she gave me wasn't that she thought it was gonna be a slow read, but that she thought it was gonna like wreck her too much, so she would need like a lighter read. And I guess that reason I could see, but I did tell her, like, once you're in the story, like, you're not gonna wanna put it down.
Yeah.
I have to say, like, I've read that book twice, but one, I have ADHD and like it's really hard for me to retain information, and 2, the last time I read that book might have been like more than 7 years ago.
Dang.
So like some things you're saying, like,
Yeah.
I'm like remembering as you're telling me, and some things I'm like, oh, I didn't, like, I can't remember that.
Also, I'm annotating.
I love that.
I don't know why I picked like a pink pen for such a dark book.
Yeah.
But it was the only one I knew all this happened, but I never read about it. Because when you read about it, you're putting yourself in that perspective. And I was like, ooh, I'm liking the main character. Her mom's kind of funny.
Yeah, she is.
She's kind of crazy.
I need to read that book again.
She's just swearing left and right. The dad I love so far.
I love the dad.
He's just... I do feel like he's gonna die soon. I'm not gonna look at you because I'm scared you're gonna spoil it for me. But I do feel like something's gonna happen to him.
The way I literally can't remember.
Because he...
Like...
That's so real.
Like, you were so scared to look at me and I'm here like, huh? I don't...
Yeah, those are my thoughts so far. I
have a mission for you. Like, I need you to, like, when you're done, if you like it, I need you to tell all the girlies inside of the book club that I've been right all along and that they should read it.
Of course. Also, guys, we're in the same book club.
Yeah.
I will do that.
And I've been, like, yapping about this book ever since I read it the first time, like, 10 years ago. Literally, like, 10 years ago, maybe more. And I haven't stopped talking about it since I read it. That's how much, like, that book is, like, one of my 6-star reads, and like I think about it constantly.
Well, that to say that I'm very excited to keep reading it, and that I think this is a good... Is this historical fiction?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was gonna say I don't really read historical fiction, and I was talking to my mom about it. I'm like, I'm really liking this, so it might, if I end up really liking it, which I think I will, I might have to delve more into that. Also, guys, we just shopped for like 3 hours. We also did a little
some
break.
Damage.
A lot of damage.
Also, I haven't started. Never. I'm finishing Heartstopper Volume 3 and then
Yes.
I'm diving into Never. I got some comments on my short where like we did the exchange saying that they liked it.
Oh my god!
And I was surprised because of what you've like told me.
Yeah, because everyone I've seen and everyone I recommend it, or not everyone, my cousin, she hated it, so that actually made me excited. Because at least, you know, the people that are watching you probably will want you to read it. Though.
Yeah. See you.
Bye. Do I have an exam in a little bit? Yeah, I do. This was definitely not the time for Rebecca to tell me to read this book because the way that I am, like, I'm literally obsessed. I can't stop reading it. It's so dark and sad and a lot of different things, but it sucks you in. And I don't know how. I've never read this book before. I've thought about it for so many times, but I just hadn't. And that's insane. I am now on page 351, and what I would say my main points are that this is definitely very dark and it's starting to get deeply emotional to me. So I'm either getting very attached to these characters or it's the actual book itself, like things are happening that are just making me go, oh my gosh, I might not survive this. Also, you know that my bed's unmade. I will be washing my sheets today. So I need to take them off. Listen, when I started this book, I thought that the writing was going to be really hard to understand. Not at all. I feel like everyone could read this. There's a lot of things that are kind of like left unsaid, but you understand them by the time where this was going on. You can just reach those conclusions. I really like the main character. I feel proud of her, you know? Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I think when I think of her, of Liesel, that's my main thought is like, I'm so proud of you. Like, you're doing great. Another thing I was gonna say is that we just started getting on part 6, we started getting Death's Diary. Oh, the light just went down completely. But yeah, we started getting Death's Diaries where it's sort of, because you know it's getting bad in Germany around the time where I'm reading now, so you start getting Death's Diaries to know like what's going on. She kind of gives you the historical background of what's actually going on because the book is majorly spent inside the head of a kid. You know, she's 9, 10, 12, now she's 13. So, you know, we are spending this book in the head of a kid. With that comes the fact that we don't get all of the information, and that's why some of it you'd have to deduce yourself. But also, as I just said, we're starting to get Death's Diaries in here so that we actually know what's like going on for real, so that we can like put it into chronological order in our head where we're like, okay, this is happening right now, and then we get her point of view and it's like completely different almost, which thank God, because if this whole book was in Death's point of view, I don't think I just couldn't. It's beautifully sad in the sense that she's a kid, but I know that there's gonna be a point in this book where she's actually gonna come, like, she's gonna find this reality staring right back at her face, and it's probably gonna hurt a lot. I think now I'll see you guys when I'm actually done with this, because I don't think I can keep talking about it because it's slowly breaking me, and also I don't want to like give out more about this book. I think you should go into it completely blind. That's what I did, and here I am, obsessed with this book. I need to check more historical fiction because I never expected it to be that good, and I don't know, it feels good to read something completely different that you're still enjoying. So those are my updates. I'm now gonna go eat some breakfast because I am starving, then study a little bit, back to reading, final, presentation, done for the day. That's gonna be my day. Hey guys, it's time for me to end this video. I finished the book Thief maybe a couple of days ago now, I'm not even sure. I'm not gonna be with Rebecca for the ending, but I already talked to her, and I just came here to give you guys my reading, final opinions on this book, what I have to say, and sort of end the video.
So first of all, I'm gonna start off with a couple opinions. I literally, and this hasn't happened in a long time, where I read a book and I have no negative points to, I have nothing to fix. You know, sometimes I read a book and I'm like, well, this was kind of repetitive, or the writing here didn't really meet my expectations. No, this book, and I had really high expectations because, you know, Rebecca hyped it up, half the world also hypes it up, so like it's a good book. And I mean, that's the thing. It is a good book. It's a really good book. The content is very dark and very much, I would just say it's very dark and it's sad. So you have to go into it already knowing that. Although it was very dark, I would say that this book it has a sort of beautiful ending. Sort of, because all that goes on is actually insane. I think I already just like gave you my rating because there's nothing to a point here. This is a 5-star for me. It made me feel a lot of things. I did not cry while reading this book, by the way, the ending, which there was a time where I was like, how am I not crying right now? But I guess I'm just in a good space right now, and this book really touched me a lot. Maybe sometimes in moments that weren't even supposed to be that touching, but the freedom of the main character getting to read and getting to write, it just made me feel so, again, proud of her. I think I've been saying that throughout the whole video, but I feel like I'm an older sister to Liesel. I just feel like proud of her. Like I'm watching her do her thing and she's doing amazing considering everything else that's going on, and I just feel happy for her. That's my rating, those are my opinions, and if you guys haven't read this book yet, definitely recommend. Go ahead and do this idea with your book bestie as well. It was very fun and can't wait to do another one of these. But with that being said, I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye!